Mrs. Danielle DeVita back with another video. I overheard someone say that marriage is overrated. A lot of women say, I like the strong silent type. Well, a lot of men like the feminine silent type. And for sure, it's going down. So a lot of times people are not getting the value. When to speak and when to be quiet is one of the most powerful. She's going to be aggressive, thinking that. And as someone who's been married for 12 years, he's driven, not lazy. And this will make yourself and get on the right path. That understand that you might be doing a disservice to your daughter if you don't help her understand vetting and proper decision making. Now she's going to be a basket case later. If you don't help her understand emotional intelligence, she's going to hold on to a lot of emotional baggage. If you don't. We live in a world where femininity, marriages, family, and courting is no longer valued. We live in hookup culture, situationships, and struggle love. The number one reason women struggle in long-term relationships, number one, femininity, and number two, staying in a relationship or entertaining people longer than the woman should. My name is Danielle DeVita, and I'm a relationship and femininity coach. I've been married for 12 years, and I want to help you get on your feminine journey and vet for the right man today. For more of my content, you can visit MrsDanielleDeVita.com, or you can go to YouTube, Instagram, or my Facebook page. Get on your feminine journey today. All right, we are live. It looks like we have your husband. Thanks. All right, so I'm going to put the link can 813-816-1813. We also have a StreamYard link that you'll be able to use if you want to get on camera. Please make sure your camera ready. So if you're not prepared to be on camera, then just don't get on. You can be a person who calls, or you can comment. So we do have a comment section. We're no longer streaming on Instagram. It's just Facebook and YouTube. So how I got the bag and what we're going to talk about today, essentially potential. Because it looks like there's a lag. I'm sorry about that. But they're dating someone who is, or they want to date someone who's already got the bag. They got the money. They want someone who makes 100, 200, 3, 4, 5, $600,000. Millionaires, I don't know. They want to already come in with that lifestyle. And they think that. So this is why I brought you on here. I met you again, we were in our 20s. First, before you go into how your money has changed over time, what do you think about women wanting to out the gate date men who are already making a lot of money, and how long does it take for a guy to start having a higher earning potential?
Well, great question. Just like, a woman may want to, automatically date a guy that's making a lot of money, why wouldn't a guy want the same thing? I'm scattered from both perspectives. Especially today's society, that we're no longer in a society where it's a one income household, right? And I know a lot of women want to get the bag, but you got to think about what does a woman bring to the table. There's two different variations there. If you're looking to establish, and either things you can bring to the table. Either you can be a 10, a gorgeous, beautiful woman, and you're bringing your beauty and your looks to the table, or you can be bringing high earning potential to the table as well, and you guys can be a power couple.
But so men only look at looks. They don't want to be with someone who's intelligent. That's all.
I mean, you can be with someone who's intelligent, but I mean, we're being honest about the situation. If you're an already well established man, you're looking for a woman to meet that level of success that you have. So either one or two or both. Either you're going to be drop dead gorgeous, or you got to have some potential that you're bringing to the table as well. It doesn't mean you have to be a millionaire or anything like that. But I mean, do you think a well-established man is going to get a unattractive woman that, I don't know, works at McDonald's? No offense to anybody who works at McDonald's, but just using this as an example. No, that that has to be some potential that can be brought to and gets a woman based on her and her look. So that one who's not on his same level of success or somewhere near, if that makes sense.
So the women who are looking for men who have money, you're saying, what does she need to be bringing to the table? Because a lot of women they say they look good, and they probably do look good, but a lot of women look good.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
What are you saying? If a person has money, then all those women are right. Then if I have looks, that should be good enough. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, but I'm saying that in a shallow.
Well, we're talking about in a real way.
Oh, like an actual real relationship.
Right, because you're talking about a hookup. I feel like a woman on the street can get some. So I don't think those women can bring anything that's not really bringing anything to the table, because I think every woman has the same thing in between their legs. But if we're talking about a real relationship, I'll only be with a guy who makes X amount of money. That guy who makes X amount of money, probably making good money, what makes her deserving of his money? What does she need to be bringing to the table?
She has to bring value to the table, whether that value is in maybe her earning potential, or in her intellect, in her looks. I think all of that holistically kind of carries some weight. As we talked about last week, men want someone who's physically attractive, just like a woman does. So attraction is, a important part to that factor. Also, like I said, it doesn't have to be a high earning woman, but it does have to be a woman that shows initiative and ambition, and shows that they have the potential to be on his level or close to it. Now, if he's already a high earning man, yeah, he doesn't need your money, but you have to have something going for yourself. So
she can't look like she's coming to the table like, okay, so I'm here, take care of me.
Exactly.
She doesn't look like she's going for something.
Correct, because that shows a lack of trust. Any established man, he's looking for someone that he can trust, and it's always going to be in the back of his head, if you're not at that same level of success or close by. Hey, are you with me for my money? And then that goes back to the drop dead beautiful woman that has nothing going for themselves. He knows he can't trust that woman, most likely.
So that's why you're saying she had to be beautiful.
She had to be beautiful. That's her value. That's her value. That's what she brings to the table.
Because if she wasn't planning on bringing anything else to the table, she does need to be that 8, 9, or 10. Because anything other than that, she needs
9 or 10.
9 or 10.
9.5 or 10.
Okay, yeah. So then let's talk about you a little bit. Okay. Because when I got with you, when I met you, I was like 21. We were 21.
Right.
And talk about how you were making the money you were making, and then what showed that you have potential, where you're in your career now for over a decade.
Yeah, so for me, I think I started off in everyone's situation, most average people's situation. as a young person, a young black male, looking for my identity in life as to what I wanted to do and to what I want my profession to be. And I can't say that didn't come with some variations over the years and some changes, but I knew early that I needed to be in a career path that was going to give me forward growth and that was also going to give me the opportunity to branch out and do other things other than my career. So, there's a difference between career and passion. Some people have the luck or have the fortitude to have those type of things, cross where you can make a career out of your passion. Some people don't.
So where you started out?
Yeah, so I started out in banking.
No, before that.
Oh, before me? What do you mean, like?
Yes, you said you were working at a job where you dealt with pipes and stuff.
Oh yeah. So to make it easy, I started out working in a steel mill. Very hard work. The pay was decent, but I had to look at my forward growth and I had to ask myself, hey, do I want to do this for the rest of my life? And I mean, they got paid really, really well, but you have to deal with layoffs. You have to deal with the wear and tear on your body, things like that. And somebody once told me that it's easier to push a pen than to push a broom. So I knew then that I definitely wanted to get into a white collar field that would give me the potential to grow. So I actually went into banking and I took a pay cut for quite a while, but I knew that the potential was there for me to earn great money over time and that it would give me the opportunity to pursue other variations in life that I like real estate, e-commerce, things like that. And I was able to do that.
So if I got with you, because a lot of women now are saying, so I see this guy, he's doing manual labor. I don't want to be with him. I could have said that. And then when you decided to take that pay cut, and then you worked in banking, you started out on the teller side, and then you moved to the platform, and then you went from there. I could have said, oh no, he's not making all of that, so I don't want to be with him. And he was making what average guys make, and probably started out lower than that, because remember, he's in his 20s. And then he did move up to management and then vice president, and things like that. And so if I looked at you then with the same mindset, I would have missed out. And who made six figures now, like yourself, then they would think, oh, I want this guy. They think that now, but they could have gotten that same guy before he made the six figures. But if they looked at more so attitude, character, ambition, he had a lot of ambition. I mean, that takes a lot of guts to take a pay cut because he knew where his trajectory was going. He, like you said, he knew that wasn't going to, be a long-term position. So he actually was looking at a career instead of a job. And I think a lot of times as women, we're looking at seeing how much they make instead of seeing their potential, that they have the opportunity to be something greater and they see their potential. We talk about it all the time. Oh, don't date a guy with potential. That's because we're saying don't date a guy where you see his potential and he doesn't see his potential. But this is the man who saw his own potential, and I was just there to witness it. And so I think that a lot of times women kind of push away from the 9 to 5. But then they want a guy who is making all this money, and sometimes illegal jobs won't always get you that, or it will get you there fast, but not long term. So what do you say about the women who want the guy who makes six figures, but she don't want the 9 to 5 guy who makes six figures?
I mean, that's like saying you want to lose weight, but you don't want to quit eating bad food. I mean, it doesn't work that way. Obviously there's opportunities when you might find a man that makes six figures and he may love you and he may want to take care of you and things like that. But I mean, that's rarely going to happen. I'm of the mindset that, a man should never depend on a woman's wealth, and a woman should never depend on a man's wealth. So you should be able to go out and get your own. I hear the term boss lady a lot, boss chick, boss B, whatever you want to call it. So having that same mindset and that same ambition is great, but at the same time, you don't want to minimize your femininity, if you will, and put on this strong coat, for instance, for lack of better words, you know, um, because that's gonna lead you to bypassing a lot of great opportunities with men, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. I do think, like what you said, a lot of women are bypassing men. Besides the preferences, he's not this tall. He doesn't look like this. He's not that. They bypass good men, and what do you think about the women who are now in their 30s, or 40s, and they're saying they wish they got with the guy who was the good guy, but they chased the wrong guy?
Yeah, of course. I mean, you're gonna see it more and more, because wisdom comes later in life, right? So with that being said, how we thought in our 20s, we're going to think differently as we get older and wiser. And unfortunately, what happens is, and not just for women, it can happen for men as well. But you made all of your mistakes with the guy who you thought was going to be able to give you everything, and when now that you're older and you've already made those mistakes, now you start having regrets.
And then it's too late sometimes.
And it's too late at that point, because
you're not in your prime.
That guy, yeah, I mean, at that point, you probably already had a child with somebody else. This guy, he's an eligible bachelor. He stayed focused, and he's looking past that at this point. He don't want you no more. Yeah. So, and I'm not saying that having a kid with somebody, is a bad thing, but I'm just saying that's usually how the process goes. And I can tell you this, most single bachelor men, they want, they want a certain type of woman, and they're at that point that now that they can be selective. It's not like it's hard for them to find a woman. They can get a woman if they want a woman.
So then go back real quick. You said they don't want that woman anymore after she made all her mistakes. Why? Why don't they want her now? She's come to the knowledge. Why not?
Yeah, she's come to the knowledge, but there's probably a lot of things that she's. I mean, are we having can we have an honest conversation?
Yeah, do y'all want an honest conversation?
Because we're gonna have it freely. At that point, that woman is probably less attractive now. She's probably has kids now. She probably didn't, amount to much career wise. So those are just three things right there. And if I'm a, single eligible bachelor, I'm a high earner. Do I really want a woman with kids? Probably not. Do I want a woman who doesn't have anything going for herself? Probably not. Do I want a woman who's unattractive? Probably not. And the reason not is because I have a whole host of women that I can choose from. And you don't even have to be an attractive man.
But because you have what?
Because you have money. Because you have money. And because you have money, you can pretty much get, most women that you want. Now, and I say that, but there's risk to a man with money and no love as well, right? You and I, we met early in life, and you made something of yourself, and thank God I was able to make something of myself as well. So I don't have to worry about, finding a woman and if she loves me or if she trusts me. So it goes both ways. The high earning, middle-aged man who's single, he can have the same issues as the woman who made the mistakes early in her life. They're both still looking for love, and they don't know who to trust. Comes down to that.
Right. So, in all, just to say how I got the bag is because I didn't look at his money. I looked at his character. So if you're someone who wants the bag, I would suggest that you do the same thing. Look for someone who has good character, who has ambition, and then go from there. Oh, my little baby. Thank you. Thank you. All right. And then, so I think that if you take the time to get someone who has a great character, then Yeah. If he has great ambition, because the person who's good character is going to have great ambition.
Absolutely, 100%.
Then that's going to be the guy that has money. Look at the little kids.
Yeah. Sorry, that's our little ones.
They got little kids.
But yeah, so you need someone with ambition, and then someone that's forward thinking, and someone that has practical ambition. And what I mean by that is, don't look for the 35 or 40-year-old who's aspiring to be, a hip hop artist. You know what I mean? Nothing against hip hop or anything like that. I love hip hop, but I'm just saying you need something. You need practicality in your life. You need someone who wants to, who basically has a good trajectory, right? We can all have dreams, obviously. I have dreams, and my dreams change, all the time. But the facts remain. I know that there's other things that I needed to do to be able to attain those dreams. So when you're looking for that person, make sure you're looking for someone who has practical ambition, and who's doing something with their life.
Yes. All right. Well, we're trying to get up. So we are going to go so they can go to sleep. But as you can see, this is how we're going to train our children as well. Because we don't want them to grow up being like the modern man or the modern woman. We have a traditional household, and this is what we want to keep up. So I think it's important to have you want to be careful of the guy that you get with, because you want to make sure you have a good man, a good father. Because if not, then you'll have a whole bunch of kids, and you're mad at who the baby mama or the baby daddy is. And this is what we don't want. All right. So all right, thank y'all for tuning in to Mrs. Danielle DeVita. Say bye-bye.
Bye. Y'all take it easy.
All right, y'all. Take care. And if y'all put in the comments on what you guys think about what we discussed. All right? Y'all take care. Mrs. Danielle DeVita back with another video. I overheard someone say that marriage is overrated. A lot of women say, I like the strong silent type. Well, a lot of men like the feminine silent type. And for sure, it's going down. So a lot of times people are not getting the value. When to speak and when to be quiet is one of the most powerful. She's going to be aggressive, thinking that. And as someone who's been married for 12 years, he's driven, not lazy. And this will make yourself and get on the right path. That understand that you might be doing a disservice to your daughter. If you don't help her understand vetting and proper decision making, now she's going to be a basket case later. If you don't help her understand emotional intelligence, she's going to hold on to a lot of emotional baggage. If you don't. We live in a world where femininity, marriages, family, and courting is no longer valued. We live in hookup culture, situationships, and struggle love. The number one reason women struggle in long-term relationships, number one, femininity, and number two, staying in a relationship or entertaining people longer than the woman should. My name is Danielle DeVita, and I'm a relationship and femininity coach. I've been married for 12 years, and I want to help you get on your feminine journey and vet for the right man today. For more of my content, you can visit MrsDanielleDeVita.com, or you can go to YouTube, Instagram, or my Facebook page. Get on your feminine journey today.